Okay. All right. How are you, everyone? Good evening. I'm Josephine. For those who do not know me, I'm actually a teacher, an educator, and of course, a wellness advocate. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I find that many of us, right, females, whenever we are told to, especially those of us who are in young living, whenever we are told to buy progestins, Phytoplus, or Clarisage, or even Dragon Time or Isolon, we just buy and we are very obedient, we just buy. And then after that, they will tell us, okay, this is for your progesterone, this is for your estrogen. And then we just take it as face value, right? So most of the times we don't really understand how our hormones work. Okay, so this is actually an educational time to help you understand more about our two female hormones that's helping us. Oh, okay, so Ellie is she is non-YL user. All right, okay. Later on, I will actually explain more about the oils that help us, okay? So for now, I will just go through the hormones and I'll be sharing my screen. If you can't see, then you let me know. Okay, can you all see what I'm sharing?
Yes, yes.
All right. Okay, very quickly. Now, if you look at this image, right, it says the power of female hormones. And then after that, you see this uterus here, and the uterus is calling help, which I think most of the time it is like that, right? As female, right, from the time of puberty until now, most times we are actually quite confused what is happening to our body, right? And it is quite ironical, okay, if to say that it is the female hormones are powerful. So let us understand why they are actually powerful and what do they help us with. Now, so before I go on, there's a disclaimer here. So the information presented is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any health condition and should not be used as a substitute for consulting with a professional healthcare provider. This information applies solely to Young Living products and should not be used in conjunction with other brands of essential oil. Okay, let's start. So how many of you still are having period? Can you type in the chat? If you are still having a period, you type 1. If you are not having a period anymore, you type 0. Okay, so most of you are still having your period. I can see that. Very good. So if you are still having a period, I'm sure this is very familiar to you, right? So if it's first that if you discover it arriving on the first day and you discovered it, then of course it's a very fortunate month. But of course, other days when it just came like that and flowed out while you're sleeping, then oh no, right? You are caught, and then you have to do a lot of things, a lot of cleaning and a lot of washing up after that. So that is one of the frustrating part of being a female, I guess. Okay, and another thing is I remember this. I don't know whether how many of you remember this. Every time in school, especially, we used to ask, I used to ask my friend, can you please check to see if I got my period stain, right? Because it's so embarrassing if you get your period stain and you're walking around with a red patch, on your uniform, school uniform, or even, on your working clothes. So yeah, so this is the embarrassing part of it. And what about this? Girls with cramps be like, don't text me, don't call me, don't look at me, don't touch me, don't even like a picture of me on Instagram because I will kill you. Okay. So that is how emotional we can get, okay, when we are having our periods. Especially when we are having period cramps, right? And I'm sure like if you still have uh your daughters, yeah. So if your daughters, if they're having period cramp, or sometimes I mean us also, because my I've already on my menopause, so this is like, you know, recalling those days when I was having my period. You know, when you're already having horrible period cramps, and on top of that you have your migraine or diarrhea, right? So this is really the yucky part of being a woman. And then you will be thinking, okay, now period is gone, and I mean period is slowly getting, slowing down, and then you have this perimenopause. So what is perimenopause? It's like you are having irregular period, and then you feel so shitty, you have mood swings, and you have hot flashes, and things like that. You see, I'm still hot now, it just comes in flashes. I don't know how many of y'all go through this, still going through it, okay? Like nighttime, once in a while it will just come on and you feel so bloody hot, right? Okay, so after everything is over, and then you have all the symptoms of menopause, okay? And you think that, wow, you don't have to go through all the shitty problems of diarrhea lah, migraine lah, buying pads lah, and overflowing everywhere. But now you have anxiety, depression, hot flashes, irritability, weight gain, osteoporosis, decreased libido, and vagina dryness, insomnia, memory lapses. Okay, so all the other problems are coming in and cropping up. So let's regain our power by understanding what's going on with our body. Okay, so before I continue, right, just now, whatever I shared, how many of you have gone through that? Okay, how many of you have gone through or are still going through very bad period pain? Can you type out in the chat if you have very bad period pain? Just type 1. If you have, let's say, a very excessive period that is non-stop, you can type 2. Wow, nobody has any problems. You are so good. What about like who are amongst you are going through menopause or perimenopause? Going through depression, irritability, hot flashes. Right. Okay. So Dorothy is going to peri-peri right now. So Mindy used to get diarrhea. Yeah. Okay. So if you are actually going through your perimenopause now, are you?
I'm unsure because what I'm going through now is just the time frame is getting shorter. I think it's the beginning of it, and it's
Mhm.
getting
Yeah, I think you are going through perimenopause because during perimenopause actually your period is actually going declining lah.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. And it
yeah.
gets earlier, like one day earlier and one day earlier, and get it's getting earlier. I don't know whether it's because of the hormonal treatment, or is it just I just
So, I see you are going through a hormone treatment.
I use PPP.
Mm-hmm.
I use Dragon Time.
Mm-hmm.
To use Endoflex, and then I also use Sclare.
Sclera Essence.
Yeah, and then I also have Clarisage.
I see.
Clarisage, because they said if you're above 40, then it doesn't really work well. So
Mm-hmm.
I it with Clarisage.
Ah, okay. Okay. And weight gain. But sometimes weight gain, yeah, me too, weight gain, yes. And also lack of exercise also lah. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so what are the two female hormones that have been wrecking or saving our lives? Okay, so we only have two, estrogen and progesterone. Okay, so let's learn more about what they are and what they do. Okay, so estrogen, always remember, estrogen is the builder. Okay, Bob the Builder, right? I'm sure you all, if you're a mummy, you should know who Bob the Builder is, right? Okay, so estrogen is actually made from cholesterol in the ovaries primarily. Okay, the ovaries are where estrogen is created, and they create a lot of estrogen inside, okay, in there. But there are small quantities that are also made in the adrenal glands and the fat cells. That's the reason why we have Endoflex for the adrenal glands. So make sure, if you are on hormone oils, do apply your Endoflex because it helps. Yeah. So what does estrogen do? So estrogen, being the builder, it helps to develop the breast. Okay, so if you have young daughters at puberty age, so estrogen is the one that helps them or shapes them into becoming a lady. Okay, so it develops the breast, it widens the hips, and of course grows pubic hair, underarm hair, but it also makes the hair very soft. Okay, and it forms the egg. Okay, estrogen is the hormone that forms the egg, because estrogen is the cell builder. Okay, it thickens the uterine lining, maintain your bone density. It produces vaginal mucus to prevent infections and forms the fetus and placenta. So let's say if you're trying to get pregnant, okay, so always remember, because estrogen is a cell builder, estrogen also helps to form the fetus. Okay, so estrogen also influences your mood because it influences your serotonin and your dopamine. So that is the reason why, if you are actually going on perimenopause or menopause, you have mood swings, okay, if your estrogen is low. Okay, so now let's look at progesterone. Now, progesterone is the nurturer or the interior decorator, meaning once Bob the Builder has already built something, progesterone will come in and make it look better, okay? So progesterone will come and thickens the uterine lining. So before this, the estrogen was the one who creates the uterine lining, right? So now what happens? Progesterone will come in and cushion it and make it thicker and fluffier, okay? And then it supports the development of the embryo or fetus. Now, why so? Because progesterone is the one that strengthens the uterus, okay, to prevent miscarriage. So for women, right, who often, let's say, experience miscarriage, then you know that their progesterone is actually very low, okay, if they cannot hold the fetus well. It also stimulates milk producing cell in the breast. It also helps to calm the nerves, okay, reduce water retention. It works with estrogen for bone formation, and it influences libido. So women, right, once we are having perimenopause or menopause, we actually lack a lot of libido. And the whole reason is because our progesterone is very low. Okay, so let's look at this menstrual story, our menstrual cycle. Now, may I know how many of you actually track your menstrual cycle? If you're tracking your menstrual cycle, just put in the chat and say, and click 1. Only 2? Good. The rest, no tracking already. Okay, those who are tracking, well done. Okay, so I'm going to just explain to you about our menstrual cycle. So I will start with day 1. Day 1 is when we have our period, correct? So always remember, whenever we have our period, our progesterone and estrogen is at the lowest. Okay. Now let's fast forward to day 7. So day 7 or day 8 is when period is over, and you are actually your estrogen is building up. Now, why I say estrogen is building up here is because remember, estrogen is Bob the Builder. So Bob the Builder now wants to create the egg for ovulation, right? So that's the reason why estrogen will be building up, because your body needs a lot of estrogen to help create the egg in the ovaries. And then after that, it will help to create the lining at the uterus. Now, why the lining? Because to prepare for the egg to be, or the fetus, sorry, to be the egg, sorry, the egg to be embedded, okay, at the uterus, okay? So that's why it has to create the lining. So if you look at your day of ovulation, your estrogen is already at the peak, okay, at the peak, where the egg is already created and it's coming out from your fallopian tube and going down to your uterus, okay? So at this time, you will notice, right, if you actually check your mucus is very thick, okay, when you are ovulating. But once everything is done and estrogen thinks that, okay, I have done my job, okay, so estrogen will start to pull back, okay, will go backstage. So you will see a drop of estrogen because his job is done, okay? So once you see a dip, and then what's going to happen? Progesterone will start to come on stage. Now, progesterone is, remember, the nurturer and or the what do you call that, the interior decorator, because everything is already done, right? So progesterone will come in and make everything more beautiful, okay? So it will thicken the uterine lining and make the mucus now more fluid, hoping that the sperm will start to swim in, okay, and everything will be ready for the men now, okay, for the men's sperm to come in. So that's what progesterone does. So you will see that after that, progesterone will start to climb up. But once everything is done, okay, now progesterone will also start to fall back stage, okay? Now, if let's say, right, there is insemination, and if the sperm managed to meet the egg, and then there is what's the word now? Sorry, I forgot. Okay, if okay, oh, Jessie is coming in. Okay, so if there's a yeah, if there is insemination, what's going to happen is your progesterone, right, will not dip. Your progesterone will start to climb. okay, as well as your estrogen. Now, why is this so? Because now the fetus is going to be developed, right? So it needs your estrogen. Okay, the fetus needs the estrogen to develop it. And the uterus needs progesterone to strengthen it, okay, to be able to hold the fetus. Okay, so then these two friends, okay, will start to climb. But let's say if there's nothing, okay, let's say the sperm didn't come in, or there's failure of insemination, then what's going to happen? Your two friends, estrogen and progesterone, will just drop backstage and will decrease. And so you see that once it decreases, your uterus lining will start to break down as period. Okay, because there's no estrogen there to hold it anymore. And of course, there's no more progesterone there to hold it. So everything will start to drop as period. Okay? So any question from here on this? If not, I'll just move on. Now, what causes decline of your progesterone and estrogen? Now, I'm sure you know, right? Stress is one big factor. Of course, there is also synthetic chemicals. Now, what are these synthetic chemicals? These are the synthetic chemicals in our daily products that we use. So if you are always, using products that have, they are petroleum-based, paraben, a lot of all these synthetic chemicals, they can actually absorb into your skin, okay, into your nervous system, and cause your hormones to deplete. Okay, if you're always eating unhealthy food, then that will also affect your hormones. If you are on long-term medication, let's say if you're a diabetic, okay, or on a hypertension pill, okay, that will also affect your hormones. If you are on hormone replacement therapy pills and birth control pills, that will also affect your hormones. Now, I will be going into these two later, okay? Now, so decline of your hormones will cause irregular menstrual cycle. So if you have, let's say, your daughters who have irregular menstrual cycle, then you need to check back on what causes it, okay? Are they having very bad stress in school? Are they using a lot of synthetic chemicals on their skin, especially perfumes, okay? Now, when you spray like store-bought perfume, right? I know that because my daughter loves that, okay? Even like whatever personal product that you use, which has or contain perfume, it has a lot of synthetic chemicals in it, okay? And if your child loves McDonald's, okay, all the fast food, that will also cause a decline in your hormones. And of course, then you get this. Yeah. So if you have friends or you yourself have difficulty in conceiving, then you know that you don't have enough progesterone and estrogen to help maintain the fetus, okay, to grow the fetus. And of course, if your hormones are in decline, then you have symptoms of hot flashes, mood swings, vaginal dryness, and all that, because all these actually requires your estrogen, especially, okay, estrogen, to help maintain, okay, your skin suppleness and even your mood and all that, yeah. And also, just now I was talking about the vagina, the mucus in the vagina, yeah. So actually, your estrogen, right, when it creates the mucus in your vagina, it actually helps to prevent infection. So when, let's say there is lesser estrogen, you will definitely get, not definitely, but most probably you will get UTI, okay? Urinary tract infection or any type of infection at your vagina. Of course, there is also a great risk of bone loss or osteoporosis because our estrogen and progesterone, they work hand in hand to create bone density, okay? And of course, PMS, yeah? Now, what happens when, let's say, we actually go on menopause? Like for me, I think like after 12 months, my period has already stopped. So I'm actually on the menopause now, okay? So it's post-menopause. So actually now when you are on menopause, your female hormones, both your estrogen and progesterone is actually getting very, very low, okay? Your uterus is actually creating very, very, very little of your female hormones. And one day they will stop being produced. Now, what's going to happen? So you will change from this to this. Okay? That's how, and that's why our grandma looks like this, because there is no more progesterone and estrogen, okay, to help our skin looks good. Okay, so one fine day, our skin will become wrinkly, our mood will become very bad. Okay, even our hair will lose their shine, okay, and maybe we'll be losing hair as well. Okay, and we'll be putting on weight. Okay, so yes, that is all the work of our hormones, okay, declining. All right, so I'm just going to go through birth control pills. Now, what's going to happen is, before I go on, may I know how many of you are actually on birth control pills? If you are, can you type in the chat box? Actually, I can't see the chat box. Where's my chat box? Oh, okay. So nobody. Very good. Okay. So if you are not on it, don't go on it because what's going to happen is now the birth control pills actually flood our body with synthetic estrogen and progesterone. Okay. It causes our production of natural hormones to turn off, preventing ovulation. Now, how does this happen? Now, when your body, right, is filled with synthetic estrogen and progesterone, your body now is like telling itself, oh, there's enough estrogen and progesterone. I don't need to produce it anymore. Okay. But once you're off the birth control pills, then suddenly the body is like producing. Then when you're on it, then then it's like, when you're going in and out, in and out, in and out, it causes an imbalance, okay, in your body. So what's going to happen, like we have one friend of us, okay, of ours, that actually went on birth control pills for quite some time. So when she went off birth control pills, her body actually cannot produce estrogen and progesterone anymore. It just wrecked her whole hormonal system, and she was like having difficulty in conceiving, because once your estrogen and progesterone is not in sync with each other, so yeah, it is very difficult to conceive. Okay. Next, hormone replacement therapy. So how many of you here are on hormone replacement therapy? Anyone? You can put in the chat. Nobody. Okay, very good. Well done. Okay. Okay, this one is actually very subjective, yeah. If let's say if you have a medical issue, then by all means go and see a doctor, a gynae. If you have to go on hormone replacement therapy, then go ahead, okay? Because I'm not a gynae. But what I'm like trying to explain to you is this has the same effect with birth control pills, okay? It floods your body with synthetic estrogen and progesterone. Now, what synthetic estrogen will do is that it can create heart disease, okay? Because as we go back in, your estrogen is like Remember Bob the Builder? Okay, so if let's say, because it's synthetic, right? So this synthetic estrogen will try and create stuff, okay? And it may even create cancer cells, yeah? So be very, very careful with flooding your body with synthetic estrogen and progesterone. You may even get a stroke, yeah? Because when there's too much of estrogen, especially, there will be, it will create a lot of unnecessary cells in our body, okay? So how do we help ourselves? Now, how many of you all have this product IsoOne from the last sale? Did any one of you all buy IsoOne? Rena, okay, good. Anyone else? No, Sandra? It's okay. I think we can just get IsoOne. I'm not sure whether it is whether they have stock. Okay.
Sold out.
Oh, it's sold out.
Yeah, the ISO Angun sold out.
Yeah, you know why it's sold out? Because it's damn good, okay? It's damn good. Now, why I say so? Now, IsoOne gives a phytoestrogenic effect. Now, what is phytoestrogenic? So remember, I was talking about estrogen, right? So when we say phytoestrogenic, it just means that this thing comes from plant. Whenever you see the word phyto, it comes from plant. So it's not synthetic, okay? It's natural. Now, IsoOne has these 4 ingredients. Now, let's go and look at these 4 ingredients one by one. If you look at Kachip Fatima, now, if you mention Kachip Fatima to any Malay women, right, they will actually tell you it's good, okay, because they do take Kachip Fatima. It helps to increase libido, okay? It eases premenopausal symptoms, eases childbirth, relieves fatigue, and prevents weight gain. So Anne-Marie, you can actually take IsoOne. Okay, now, why it does all this is because of the phytoestrogenic effect. Now, another one is Gigan. Gigan is a Chinese medical herb. It increases blood flow to your reproductive system. It helps with hot flashes, night sweats, and vagina dryness. Okay, Zandria asked, taking this can still drink soya bean daily? Yeah. Yes, it doesn't affect, yeah. Okay, so you have the soya bean extract. Now, this is soya bean extract. It helps to alleviate menopausal symptoms, night sweats, hot flashes, vagina dryness, and also prevents osteoporosis. Manjakani. Now, Manjakani tightens and tones the tissues, and it's also a vagina tightening agent. It reduces menstrual cramp. So now you know why the Malays love IsoOne, right? Malays, the reason why it went out of stock, because actually, you know, Young Living, majority of the members are Malays, yeah. Okay. Now let's look at the oils. Now, clary sage is the oil that has phytoestrogenic effect. So if you are using clary sage, then you don't need to take IsoOne, unless you want to flood your bodies with a lot of estrogen, okay? So if you are taking IsoOne, don't need to apply clary sage. But if you're applying clary sage, then you don't need IsoOne. Okay, so you decide which one you want. Okay, so clary sage is rich in sclereol that stimulates the body to produce its own estrogen. It relieves menstrual cramp, again, supports hormonal balance, relieves your insomnia, increases blood circulation to your down there, okay? It also improves cardiovascular health. So how do you use? Apply below the abdomen on the inner thigh or the inner ankle. Okay? Any question before I move on? No?
Joseph,
Hey, yes.
if I apply on the inner thigh, is it necessary on below the abdomen or it's both?
It's really up to you because sometimes, right, when I apply, let's say I take 2 drops, yeah. So after applying at my inside, if I feel that my hands still have the oils, then I'll just apply below the abdomen, no?
Okay.
Right? Okay. Any other question? No. So I move on. Okay, so now we look at Progestins phytoplast. Now, Progestins phytoplast is for progesterone. Now, why this is so special is because one thing is natural. Okay, it has wild yam extract. It provides natural plant compounds called diosgenin, okay, which share similar chemical structure to help the body to produce progesterone. Okay, it also has frankincense. It supports skin health and has a very calming effect. It has bergamot, okay, very cleansing and calming. Peppermint, vitamin E, coconut oil. And where do you apply this? At your inner arm or sides of the neck. Now, please bear in mind, Progestins phytoplast is actually a serum. Yeah, it's not an essential oil. So you don't diffuse this, okay? And also, don't give this to your husband unless you want your husband to be feminine. So remember this, okay? This is the only oil that men cannot use, okay? Unless you want to like take revenge lah on your husband lah, okay? If he cheats on you. Okay, so let's look at Dragon Thyme. Okay, so what is Dragon Thyme? Now, Dragon Thyme has clary sage, lavender, fennel, marjoram, yarrow, and jasmine. Now, Dragon Thyme is very good for your period pain. Okay, now why do we say so? Because if you look at all the individual ingredients, now clary sage, as what I have already mentioned earlier, it has phytoestrogenic effect, right? Lavender is very calming. Fennel alleviates nausea, water retention, and digestive problem. So remember, when we have periods, sometimes we also have diarrhea. Yeah. So fennel actually helps with that. And then marjoram helps with back pain and menstrual pain. Okay. And then yarrow ease digestive issues, bloating, and constipation. So jasmine improve your mood and sleep. It alleviates stress and then balance your hormone. Okay. So where do you apply? You apply the lower abdomen, the inner thigh, or lower back. So later on, Dorothy will share with us actually a very suitable place to apply your Dragon Thyme, okay? So let me just move on first. Okay, so this is something bonus for your bedroom oils. Okay, why I'm covering this because of the last promo that we had. I think this promo we still have, right? Sensation, I think finished already, but geranium, I think still got or either one, I cannot remember. Okay, so geranium, if you have geranium, what does it do? It increases blood circulation. Now we have stories, right, that geranium actually helps to firm up your breast. So if you want your breast to be toing toing, okay, instead of flappy, you can actually apply geranium, yeah. And but just remember, geranium is a hot oil. You have to dilute, okay? And there's also story from the Malays that it can actually tighten the vagina. So if you want to have a good time in bed with your husband, yes, you can apply geranium inside your vagina, Zandria. Try it and let me know. I haven't tried it before. Yeah. Okay, sensation. Now, what does sensation do? Now, sensation is a blend of geranium, ylang ylang, jasmine, coriander, and bergamot. Okay, it's a very, very romantic oil. So if you want to be in the mood for sex, okay, just ask your husband to raba you lah, okay, with sensation. So we have the sensation massage oil, right? So if you don't have sensation massage oil, you can actually just dilute it with V6 oil, yeah? So, okay, Q&A now. I will stop this. And you can actually open up your videos. And if you have any question, we can, yeah, you can ask me. So this is the time to ask. No question? Oh, very good students. Okay, Dorothy, maybe Dorothy wants to share a little about Dragon Time and where to apply. You're muted. Can't hear you. Ah, now
Can
can?
you hear me?
Yeah, can.
Okay. Dragon Time or PPP? PPP, right?
Was it PPP or Dragon Time that you?
PPP, yeah. PPP. So
The
PPP, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Dragon Time.
Yes. Okay, so Dragon Time, right? You can actually apply. Okay, let's say like right? You track your calendar, then oh, my period's supposed to be coming like tomorrow, okay? And then tomorrow comes, right? You feel your down there dilated, but then there's nothing come out. Okay, you feel like, oh, you're having this how to say, like your blood, like your body very warm, but nothing.
But your
Usually
period is late.
Yeah, period is late. So usually before period, you feel your body is warm, and then you just wait for the period to come, and then you will be released already, right? I feel that way. I don't know whether you feel this way or not. So actually it happened this week also, last week. My period supposed to come on that day, but it didn't come. So what you can do to make your period comes is to apply Dragon Time at your sacral chakra. Where is your sacral chakra? Which is at the belly button. Okay, at the back on your belly button. Okay, on the lower ribs. Okay, if you touch your lower ribs, the ribs, the last rib cage. Okay, let me see. I can show you. Okay, so my last rib cage is here. So you touch yourself. All right, my last rib cage. So you go until the back, at the back of the spine. Okay, at the back of the spine. That place is Chinese called Mingmen. Mingmen is the gate of life, where it gives you life. So it's a place to give birth, okay? So this is the gate of life. That is the point for you to, you can massage it, or you can apply Dragon Time and press it on that place. Okay, is to induce your period. Okay, yeah, induce your period. So you know your period is coming like tomorrow, but you know, right, it's like not coming, even tomorrow also not coming. So you can use this. And I actually use that. I also use the remaining oils to rub on my lower abdomen where the ovaries are. Okay. I also use cypress. Cypress is for circulation, to make my circulation move. So your body is stuck, the period is stuck. So cypress, right, is to make it move. Okay. Yes. And then next is PPP. So PPP, right? How do you use PPP? The progesterone serum I use on the inner arms. So this part is the inner arms. Okay, you can use here or at the neck, on your neck. Okay, why? Because these places are the thinnest skin where the PPP can be absorbed. Okay, so actually, PPP, right, is from wild yam extract, right? And then if you know Chinese, you know what is waisan or not. You boil soup, you drink, you boil this waisan into soup, right? And you drink it and you eat it, right? And people who want to have pregnant, right, the old tale grandmother's tale, usually I'll ask you to make that to eat. Okay, if you want to have baby lah. So, but this yam, right? If you eat it right, when it's digest, it's not so much left. So the wild yam extract from PPP is more potent and can be absorbed into your body even faster. Okay. Then, oh, what I did is, right, I applied here already, right? Then on my neck, it actually will diminish your necklines. Okay. Okay. You have to use PPP because, right, I'm actually 40 plus. Okay. So during my early 40s, right, I have vaginal dryness and I have low libido until our Michelle, she is our beauty aromatherapist. She told me, right, you know what, you have to use PPP. Okay? It will prepare you a water slide. Okay, so that will be moist. So it's very true. I use for a month, right? Then I feel like I'm 20-year-old plus. I feel that is like 20 plus. Okay, so I'm very, very, very happy. Okay. So the remaining PPP, right, I use on my neck already, right? I will also use on my hair ends. So when I bathe already, my hair is wet. So I also use on my hair ends to moisture my hair. Actually, those who use PPP, right, actually you look younger because it gives you moisture to your skin. You don't feel so 草皮 one. Those people who don't have progesterone you will see that their skin are drier, more saggier, okay? Lack of what is that called? Moisture lah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why everything is dry lah. Up dry, down dry. Okay. Yeah, Sandra. Yeah, some people, right, use it in the serum, on the face serum as well. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've tried before. Accidentally on my face.
Actually, you can use because it's a
Yeah.
serum. You cannot put in the diffuser, okay?
Yes.
Because it's not essential oil. It's a serum, okay? Essential oil with vitamin E and coconut oil inside, yeah, and wild yam extract. So you do not diffuse.
Yeah. Yes,
You were very
Jessie.
wasted.
Yeah. Jessie asked whether can use on the face. So yes, you can use it on the face. But of
Yes.
course, we want to apply it on the thinnest part of the skin, which is our inner arm. Yeah, and the side of our neck.
I have question.
Yes.
Okay. I used to apply a lot of PPP, like 8 drops. I can take 8 drops and this Clarisage. But now I cannot.
Why?
Means your body
I
is
noticed
enough.
that now I cannot use so many drops because I feel like very hot after I use it. I feel very hot. Any problem with that?
Okay, you're supposed to use, right, 2 times a day, 2 drops only. Okay. What Peter Minke says, some people, right, who apply a lot will feel hot. So he suggested, right, not more than 2 times or 3 times. So you will have to pace yourself. Like morning, you use 1-2 drop, then you apply. Then I usually do it in the morning, and after I bathe in the evening, 2 times.
Yeah, or before
more than
bedtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you have this hotness,
Another-
right, that means that your body is enough already.
Yeah, I wonder that. And another thing, do we
Then
have
you
to
very moist. You very moist then.
No. Another question. Do we have to like balance it out? Like, let's say I use 2 drops progesterone, PPP, and also 2 drops of Clarisage. Do I have to balance it?
Can 2 drops and 2 drops. No problem.
Oh, it has to be time.
Actually, not really. It is not a requirement that you need to balance. Yeah. It depends on the need of your body. So if let's say like now you say that you have been using a lot of PPP, okay, so now you need to reduce,
both.
or you have been
Yeah.
using both a lot. Okay, so you reduce to
Yeah.
twice a day, 2 drops to 2 drops, okay, and then you see how your body adjusts to it.
Mm.
Sandra was asking,
Okay.
who can't use hormone oil? Okay, for
Who-
PPP, pregnant lady don't really need
Okay,
because
got it. Thank you.
thanks, Jessie.
Yeah.
So PPP, right, for pregnant lady, right, PPP is actually to, when you are pregnant, your body actually have a lot of
lot,
progesterone.
yes.
Yeah, that's why you know why PPP you need, you know, just now I say, right, because you know pregnant lady their skin very nice, their hair also very shiny. That time I pregnant lah, I feel, why my hair so shiny when other days not like that when only pregnant, because our body has this progesterone. Yeah, so when we're old, right, no more this pregnant hormone law. Yeah, but this hormone we need lah, because to make us look nice, okay, and balance our mood. So pregnant lady doesn't really need PPP.
Even estrogen also, because your
Yeah.
progesterone and estrogen is at the peak during your pregnancy. If you are not sure, ask your doctor, ask your gynae, okay?
Pregnant lady also don't need Clarisage, because Clarisage is to induce labor. So
yes, yes,
yeah,
correct.
so pregnant lady just don't use any hormone oils.
Yeah. Any other question?
Can I ask a question now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of new here.
Well, welcome to.
Thank you.
Yes.
Basically, some years back, right, I started using Harmony. Because I heard it's really good to start the day lah. So I use it on my heart. I think I thought I use it on my sacral lah, and then also my root chakras. And then I found that after I use Harmony, right, my period now is like regular.
Ooh.
Because thing is, when I got my period as a teenager, right, and I started getting my period, I could never know when I would get my period. It was very irregular. Even up to my 30s, it was very irregular. I think one time during my 20s, right, my period, I only got it twice a year. It was that irregular. So now, right, I you know, it's like I really like to use Harmony, but it's like I found I'm already like mid-40s or 46 this year. I don't know, it's like, should I continue using Harmony or should I switch to a different hormonal oil? Because it's like I like Harmony, but it's like I'm getting, I don't know if is it helping me regulate my hormones? Is that why I'm getting my period every month? Or or am I perimenopausal, or wait, peri means that your period gets less, right? So I'm kind of confused also. Sorry, I asked more
Okay.
questions.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I think if something works well for you, you can just stick to it. Yeah. All our bodies are very different. So whatever that works well for me may not work well for another person. So if you have found something that works well for you, stick to it. Okay. Now, if you are talking about Harmony, right? Harmony has geranium, rosewood, lavender, sandalwood, frankincense,
Thank
orange, lemon, angelica, and all that. It is actually a very good grounding oil for emotions. Now, remember just now I shared about our emotions. If you are very stressed, it can actually affect imbalance of hormone. So if Harmony is helping you to balance back your hormone, because maybe now you feel, you feel relaxed, right? You feel more grounded. It can actually helps you to balance your hormone when you're not stressed. Okay?
That's good to know. Thank you so much. Because I
No
was wondering.
problem.
Yeah, I was curious and I was like, I didn't know who to, because this one is like female hormonal class, and I was like, oh, maybe I should ask. Then I should know, I could know more.
No problem, because as mentioned just now, if you are always very stressed, right, it will affect your hormone imbalance. So if harmony is helping you to balance back, because indirectly lah, it actually is such a good grounding oil, right? So indirectly is helping you to balance back your hormone, lor. But I would also say that since you are like after 40, right, do have a supplement lah, okay? Do supplement with your Clarisage and PPP, because yeah, as we are going through perimenopausal stage, right? There will be a decline in your hormones. So you can actually slowly start your hormone oils.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, this oil, right? A lot of floral oils. It's very womanly oil also.
Yeah.
So I think this, right, it balances your physical, emotional well-being. So that's why you have a harmonic balance to the energy center of the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's like become regular. But then on the hormonal side, like Joe say, you may need to supplement.
Noted. Thank you so much.
Any other question?
Actually, right, I want to call up Sandra. Sandra got a very good testimony
Oh,
on
Sandra.
PPP. Yes.
Sandra,
I always
please
remember
share.
her.
Can unmute yourself, Sandra, and show your face.
I type here,
Aiya, why lah?
we want to hear your voice. Your voice is
Yeah.
not coming here. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's baby sleeping. Okay, let's talk. Let's go to the next question first. While Sandra's typing. So Lee was saying, what is good for migraine?
Migraine, you can use deep relief. Yeah. But is your migraine coming on during your period pain? Where is Mindy?
It's for my sister, not me.
Oh,
She said.
okay. Yeah, you can try deep relief. If it's during
Peppermint?
yeah, peppermint. If it's during period, then you can try together with Dragon Thyme, because Dragon Thyme is actually very comforting when it's during period. Okay, and also there are many types of migraine. I mean, migraine and headache, they are different, yeah. So if it is a normal headache, I think deep relief. Migraine, maybe you need deep relief plus peppermint.
Okay, let's read on Sandra's one.
Okay.
So before she getting pregnant, she prepared the body for a while already by taking PPP, using PPP, then first try pregnant, months later miscarriage. Then, so she prepared again using PPP and very fast got pregnant within 3 tries, got pregnant. And she also uses Endoflex for her thyroid. Yeah, I remember, right, Sandra told me like she tried to get pregnant, but she has miscarriages. So I told her we heard testimonial from members that who want to have pregnant, right? They should take Ningxia and also use PPP. And then, so she did follow. And then I'm so glad that when she told me that she has good news, so I'm so glad that I have helped her. And she actually has thyroid, is it hypothyroid, Sandra? Okay, she
She's
don't know
not
whether,
sure.
yeah, she's not sure. But there's a thyroid issue that she went to the doctor, right?
Maybe I
and-
can help. Sorry, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Hypothyroid. Normally you get you have problem reducing weight. You gain weight quite easily. Hyperthyroid, right? You're actually quite skinny. Hypothyroid, right? A sign for hypothyroid also, right, is your eyebrow. The end part, right, is very, very thin. So these are signs of hypothyroid, meaning your thyroid hormones are too little. I checked, doctor say normal lah, but my friend, she's also a doctor, she told me she thinks I've got hypothyroid also.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
thank you for sharing. I will also get Endoflex.
Yes.
Yes, please do. Okay, Endoflex actually helps it for your estrogen, yeah, because it's the adrenal gland actually produces a bit of estrogen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the adrenal glands is also right to tell the ovaries to produce hormones one. So if this doesn't work right, then it cannot tell your hormones to come out whatever hormone from your body. So it's very important that, yeah. So Sandra, Sandra, I actually want to ask you, right? Do you still take the medication for your thyroid?
It doesn't, yeah, never takes. Okay, oh, she has operation before.
Okay.
LD asked,
Thank you, Sandra, for your testimony.
thank you, Zandria. Ali asked for face to increase hydration and lifting and reduce pigmentation. Any specific oil you would recommend?
That one have to do
That's beauty class.
serum.
Yeah.
Yes, wait for our next beauty class.
Yes, we will share more
Yeah.
during beauty class.
Yes.
But for skin hydration, definitely your hormone oils will help. Yeah. So your hormone oils actually is like anti-aging, you know. Yeah, because
It's
if
like
you
best friend.
yeah, if both our hormones dip too low, then just now you saw or not the old grandma giving that sign. So always remember your hormone oils are your anti-aging oils, okay? Any other question? No? Okay. Yeah, and
Yeah, Joe. So like how do I know, like I'm menopausal, so how do I know whether my hormone is balanced or not balanced?
okay, for menopausal, because our hormone actually are already in very much decline. Yeah. So it's
So is it
definitely
not
not
balanced?
not really balanced lor, because it's so little already. Our ovaries actually are not producing so much of hormones anymore. Yeah. So of course you look at the symptoms, skin dryness is one of them. So if you're coming down with rashes because of skin dryness, and that is one of the symptoms. Yeah. So and then what else? Hair.
You say itchy skin.
Yeah, itchy skin.
Dryness due to very itchy skin. Like sometimes at night, right, you suddenly feel your thighs very itchy that you want to scratch, right? That's where I found out from Joe that when it's like this, that means is the estrogen, is it?
Yeah, estrogen is low. Yeah. So
That one is estrogen, is it?
yeah. Actually, it both helps, okay? As progesterone and estrogen, they do help one another with the moisture and the suppleness of the skin. Yeah. So especially for like women like us on menopausal, right? We do need our hormone oils. Okay, more so we need our hormone oils because our ovaries are actually producing very little already. That's actually the how would I say, a natural progression of aging, right? When we turn into like, looking like grandmama like that, our skin goes wrinkly and all that, right? Yeah, that's because there's no more, that's when we do not produce any more progesterone and estrogen. Okay.
Also getting period very less lah. That's why they say no period at time, right?
But
the people very 吵脾 one.
Yeah, so estrogen, I
Right
mean,
now, the oils actually help me to produce the estrogen even when I'm menopausal already? The hormone oils?
It helps the body to, yes, it helps the body to produce your estrogen and progesterone. But always remember the ovaries, right, are the main facility, okay, to produce these two hormones at the peak lah, okay. But when we do not have any more eggs, right, coming out, and the ovaries are like shutting down, so it's not coming from there anymore. So it's coming from other parts of the body, which is your adrenal glands and your fat cells and all that. Okay, so it still helps your body to produce the progesterone. It gives estrogenic, a phytoestrogenic effect. Okay, a phytoestrogenic effect meaning
Okay.
that it's, how would I explain this? Even though the factory has shut down, but somehow
Okay.
your body respond to the herbs or the essential oils to produce the effect that you want, okay, to give your skin the suppleness, to make your mucus more fluid, to make you more wet down there, to increase your libido, okay, to affect your emotions and all that. Yeah.
So we get the effect without the actual hormone, or we still get the hormone?
Natural
still-
hormones,
Yeah, it's
not
the
the synthetic
natural,
ones.
correct.
Yeah, but then like you said, the ovary has shut down already, so it doesn't produce the estrogen and
But remember,
progesterone.
I said there are other places that produce progesterone and estrogen. It's not just the ovary. So your body is actually, it is actually helping the other parts of your body to produce the progesterone and estrogen.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that means it doesn't help the ovary to produce, but it will help the other glands like adrenal and fat cells to produce the
Correct.
estrogen.
They will change. Actually, there are more scientific terms to it, like androgen and all that. I do not want to go into more scientific details here. It's like, they are changing the male hormone, the androgens, into progesterone and all that. Okay. So yes, they do help. They do help in delaying the aging part of it. Okay.
So it's anti-aging.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
When it still helps to maintain your skin suppleness, giving you the libido, it is anti-aging. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Like, we have like some friends who have their ovaries removed, okay, because due to health reasons. Now, the more they should apply their hormone oils, because they don't have any more production of the hormones.
So someone is asking where to put the what oils, right? Is it on the back? Yes, on the back or at the adrenal glands. This is your adrenal glands.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's
Under your breast.
not
That
the
whole
front,
stretch.
but the back.
Yeah. But remember, I think Kelly also said that across.
Oh yes, yes. So
Yeah.
it's like your back, right? From the back part, then after that you wipe to the front. Because the front is where this is your liver, under your right rib cage is your liver, and then your pancreas. So from the kidney, above the kidney is where your adrenal gland is. So you just apply it to the front, because your pancreas is also part of the adrenal. Any other question? No question? Okay.
Maybe any question like whether like you don't know whether you're still in peri or not. Okay, I can tell you, I just discovered mine is peri because my period used to be 10 days. Okay, 10 days mean like 7 days period. Then 3 days are like brownish spots. Like it will drag until like 10 days. Yeah. Then now it's like I only wear pads for 3 days. Okay. First day is just like normal. Second day is the worst. Okay, it's very heavy flow and I can see blood clots. Okay. And then the third day, second day, usually I wish that I stay home. I don't walk a lot. Yeah, because right, I can really feel like fountain. Okay. Third day also, but not as heavy as second day. Then the fourth day is just wow, clean cut. And then right, after a week, okay, you think that okay, I don't need to wear anything anymore. Then it come up, hey, why got when you wipe or you see the underwear, why got stains one, why got brown spots one, you know? Yeah, out of nowhere you feel like, oh, I need to wear panty liner again. Yeah. So this is the start of the perimenopause.
Yeah, perimenopause actually can drag on for a few years. And then when when you have like actually total stop of your period for more than 12 months, then you will be on the menopause. Yeah. So
And then okay, you carry on first.
okay. So any one of you here already on menopause besides Anne and myself?
So who is like me?
Okay, yeah. Who is like Dorothy here? Perimenopause. Yeah.
Actually, I hear more horrible stories. Like, my friend told me like, oh, you're just nothing. Mine, right? I have to carry panty liner in my bag. So shock, right? Like first week my period come already. Third week, I also have brown spots. Then I have to go. So every time my bag will have panty liner, it's like, oh, okay, that's even worse than me.
Yeah. When I was having my perimenopause, sometimes my period is like dried blood, you know, in chunks, you know, will come out. I don't know whether you experienced that before. Okay, so yeah, that is like really serious imbalance of hormone. But thankfully lah, now like yeah, okay, Jessie is also menopause already.
Okay.
So I find that the oils actually help with hot flashes. I don't experience that as much as like some of my friends who are not on the hormone oils, you know, the horrible stories that I hear from them. Wow. I feel very fortunate lah that I know we have the oils to help us.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other stories? Mineral sunscreen for?
Oh, swimming lah.
Oh, she asked for swimming. Yes, our mineral sunscreen is the best. You won't get cancer from it.
Yeah. You won't have pigment also.
Yes.
And is you can use in the water, yes.
Mm.
And it's also coral safe.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Rowena, for joining. Okay, before you all go, I just want to share, wait, just let me check. On this 8th of July, we are going to have our oil party. So we would like to invite all of you all to join us. Let me get the... Oh, okay, it's loading very slow. Yeah, on the 8th of July, we're having an oil party at Ampang. Okay, so we would like you all to join us. It's actually very fun because this time we are going to have like 2 DIYs and then one Ningxia bar. So our friend Kelly is going to be in charge of the Ningxia bar. She's a mixologist. Okay, she will mix a very super nice drink for us using Ningxia. Okay, thank you, Eve.
Thanks, Eve.
Thank you for joining us. So please do look out for the for more information for this event, and we do want to see you all there in person, and we also have a lot of lucky draws and all that. Yeah,
Grab your seats fast.
yeah, because
Register.
it's only limited to 20 packs, only 20 packs. Yeah, so those of you who are new to essential oils, that is the best place to find out more about essential oils. Thank you, Jessie. Okay, thank you, Ellie.
Thank you, Anne.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you,
Anne. So we will stop here. So thank you so much for being here and listening to our stories. And we will update you on our next Zoom and our next meet. Okay? Good night.
Thank
Good
you, thank
night.
you.
Good night.
Right.
Bye.
See you July 8th.
Yeah, see you on July 8th.